Philippi. Philippians. Chapter 1. Paulos and Timotheus, the slaves of Yahusha HaMashiyach, to all the Kadosh in Mashiach Yahusha, which are at Philippi, with the superintendents and deacons. Grace be unto you and peace from Elohim our Father and from Adonai Yahusha HaMashiyach. I am give thanks to my Elohim upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine for you, all making request with joy, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahusha HaMashiyach. It is right for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart, inasmuch as both in my shackles and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel, you all are partakers of my grace. For Elohim is my witness, how greatly I long after you all in the affection of Yahusha HaMashiyach. And I pray this, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment, that you may test things that are excellent, that you may be sincere and without offense till the day of Mashiach, being filled with the fruits of righteousness which are by Yahusha HaMashiyach, unto the glory and praise of Elohim. But I want you to understand, brethren, that the things which happened unto me have fallen out rather unto the advancement of the gospel, so that my shackles in Mashiach are manifest in all the palace and in all others. And many of the brethren in Adonai, waxing confident by my shackles, are much bolder to speak the word without fear. Some indeed preach Mashiach even of envy and contention, and some also of goodwill. The one preach Mashiach of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my shackles, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. What then? Nevertheless, anyway, whether in pretense or in truth, Mashiach is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice. For I know that this shall turn to my salvation through your prayer, and the contribution of the Ruach of Yahusha HaMashiyach, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Mashiach shall be magnified in my body, whether it is by life or by death. For to me to live is Mashiach, and to die is gain. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my work hard, yet what I shall choose I do not know. For I am in constraint between two, having a desire to depart and to be with Mashiach, which is far better. Nevertheless, to remain in the flesh is more needful for you. And having this confidence, I know that I shall remain and continue with you all for your advancement and joy of faith, that your rejoicing may be more abundant in Yahusha HaMashiyach for me by my coming to you again. Only let your conversation be as worthy the gospel of Mashiach, that whether I come and see you, or else I am absent, I may hear of your affairs, that you persevere in one spirit, with one mind, working together for the faith of the gospel, and in nothing frightened by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation, and that of Elohim. For unto you it is given in behalf of Mashiach, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake, having the same conflict which you saw in me, and now hear in me. Chapter 2. If there is therefore any consolation in Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Ruach, if any affections and mercies, fulfill my joy that you be of the same mind, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through contention or vainglory, but in humbleness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Do not look every man to himself, but every man also on others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach Yahusha, who, being in the form of Elohim, though did not consider something to be exploited, being equal with Elohim, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a slave, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in figure as a man, he humbled himself, and became obedient unto death, even the death of the stake. Therefore Elohim also has highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahusha every knee should bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahusha HaMashiyach is Adonai, to the glory of Elohim the Father. Therefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is Elohim who works in you both to want and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that you may be blameless and harmless, the children of Elohim, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom you shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Mashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither work-hearted in vain. Yes, and if I am offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. For the same cause also you joy and rejoice with me. But I trust in Adonai Yahusha to send Timotheus shortly unto you, that I also may be of good comfort when I know your state. For I have no man like-minded who will naturally care for your circumstance, for all seek their own, not the things which are Yahusha HaMashiach's, but you know the proof of him, that as a son with the Father he has served with me in the gospel. Therefore I hope to send him presently, so soon as I shall see how it will go with me. But I trust in Adonai that I also myself shall come shortly. Yet I supposed it is necessary to send to you Epaphroditus, my brother, and companion in work hard, and fellow soldier, but your messenger, and he that ministered to my needs. For he longed after you all, and was full of heaviness, because you had heard that he had been sick. For indeed he was sick nearly unto death. But Elohim had mercy on him, and not on him only, but on me also, lest I should have sorrow upon sorrow. I sent him therefore more speedily, that, when you see him again, you may rejoice, and that I may be the less sorrowful. Receive him therefore in Adonai with all gladness, and hold such in reputation, because for the work of Mashiach he was near unto death, not regarding his life, to fulfill your lack of service toward me. Chapter 3. Finally, my brethren, rejoice in Adonai. To write the same things to you, to me indeed is not grievous, but for you it is safe. Beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, beware of the mutilation, for we are the circumcision who worship Elohim in the Spirit, and rejoice in Mashiach Yahusha, and have no confidence in the flesh, though I might also have confidence in the flesh. If any other man thinks that he has whereof he might trust in the flesh, I more. Circumcised the 8th day, of the offspring of Yasharel, of the tribe of Benjamin, and Eber of the Eber, as in respect of the law, a parash. Concerning zeal, persecuting the ecclesia, in respect to the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. But the things were gain to me, those I counted loss for Mashiach. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things as loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Mashiach Yahusha, my Adonai, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Mashiach, and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Mashiach, the righteousness which is of Elohim by faith, that I may know him, and the power of his resurrection, and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death, if by any means I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead. Not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may seize that for which also I am seized of Mashiach Yahusha. Brethren, I do not count myself to have seized, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before, I press forward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Elohim in Mashiach Yahusha. Let us therefore, as we mature, think the same way, and if anything you are otherwise differently, Elohim shall reveal even this unto you. Nevertheless, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same canon, let us think the same thing. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as you have us for a model. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the stake of Mashiach, whose end is destruction, whose Elohim is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. For our conversation is in heaven, from where also we took for the sotir Adonai Yahusha HaMashiyach, who shall change our poor body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. Chapter 4. Therefore, my brethren, beloved and greatly loved, my joy and crown, so persevere in Adonai, beloved. I exhort Evodiah and exhort Syntyche to be of the same mind in Adonai. And I request you also, true yokefellow, help those women which work hearted with me in the gospel, with Clemus also, and with other my fellow workers, whose names are in the book of life. Rejoice in Adonai always, and again I say, rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men. Adonai is near. Do not be anxious for anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with gratitude let your requests be made known unto Elohim. And the peace of Elohim, which excels all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Mashiach Yahusha. Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are honest, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are reputable, if there is any virtue and if there is any praise, think on these things. Those things which you have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the Elohim of peace shall be with you. But I rejoiced in Adonai greatly that now, at the last, your care of me has flourished again, where you were also careful, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of penury, for I have learned, in whatever circumstance I am, therewith to be content. But I know both how to be poor, and I know how to have plenty. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to have much and to have little. I can do all things through Mashiach, who strengthens me. Moreover, you have well done, that you co-participated with my affliction. Now you Philippi know also that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no ecclesia shared with me as concerning giving and receiving, but you only. For even in Thessaloniki you sent once and again unto my necessity. Not because I desire a gift, but I desire fruit that may increase to your word. But I have all, and superabound. I am full, having received of Epaphroditus the things which were sent from you, a fragrance of a sweet smell, a sacrifice acceptable, well-pleasing to Elohim. But my Elohim shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Mashiach Yahusha. Now unto Elohim and our Father be glory forever and ever. Amen. Salute every Kadosh in Mashiach Yahusha. The brethren which are with me greet you. All the Kadosh salute you, mostly they that are of Kesar's household. The grace of our Adonai Yahusha HaMashiyach be with you all. Amen.